Okay, my name is Diana Davila. For Jay Sekulow, new Trump lawyer, public stumble is out of character. Washington, it was supposed to be a simple message for a man known as an articulate advocate. When Jay Sekulow made the round of political television shows on Sunday, he had two basic talking points. First, the President Trump tweeted on Friday that I'm under investigation was just referring on news reports, and that prosecutors hadn't told him he was under investigation. And second, that Mr. Trump firing of the FBI director last month couldn't be obstruction of justice because president have constitutional authority for fire subordinates. But in trying to convey those points clearly, Mr. Sekulow, a prominent First Amendment advocate who Mr. Trump recently hired to join his outside legal team, stumbled on Fox News Sunday. Chris Wallace, the host, noted openly that Mr. Sekulow himself, in laying out his arguments, ended up twice stating that Mr. Trump was under investigation. Sir, you just said 2 times that he's being investigated. Mr. Wallace pointed out over Mr. Sekulow's sporting protest that he hadn't said that. The video showed he indeed had, and a clip of it went viral on social media. For Mr. Sekulow, 61, the raw performance was an anomaly. He built his reputation as a constitutional lawyer for a number of evangelical Christian groups, successfully advancing First Amendment arguments before the Supreme Court to lower the wall between church and state. He has been a forceful advocate in the political arena as well. Say Barry Lyon, the head of Liberal Americans Unite for Separation of Church and State. Jay is extraordinarily good at explaining his side of things in the media. Mr. Lyon said, We've had hundreds of debates on television, on radio, on college campus, and he is an extremely articulate person. The toughest adversary I have had in those circumstances ever. A spokesman for Mr. Sekulow at the American Center for Law and Justice, a Christian-based non-profit legal advocacy group, and the televangelists Pat Robertson's Regent University declined to comment. Mr. Sekulow said he wouldn't cooperate with reporting for profiles about himself. He is now deeply involved in defending Mr. Trump. On June 9, the day after the fire of FBI Director James Comey testified before the Senate, Mr. Sekulow announced to listeners of his national syndicate radio show, if the President of the United States asks you for legal advice, and you are a lawyer, and you're serving your country and the Constitution, you do it. Mr. Sekulow told his listener. As a member of the legal team, Mr. Sekulow is expected to serve as its public voice, defending the president's television appearance. While he is known as a constitutional lawyer and has argued a dozen times before the Supreme Court, his last such case was 9 years ago, and more recently, he has been better known as a pundit.